Taylor Swift fans were scrambling to adjust their plans on Friday after predicted wild weather in Sydney forced flights to be cancelled. If you are new on the channel, please do like and subscribe and turn on the notifications bell for more videos. Thank you. Swift's first Sydney Eras concert would go ahead rain or shine, Accor Stadium said, unless the expected severe weather threatened people's safety. But the severe storms predicted meant Air Services Australia limited the number of Sydney arrivals and departures, leading to cancellations and delays. Qantas put on an Airbus A380 from Melbourne to Sydney carrying about 3 Boeing 737 flights worth of passengers to get more people to Sydney on time. That 5 p.m. flight replaced 3 4 p.m. flights. So Qantas said it was unlikely passengers were traveling to Sydney for the 6:20 p.m. concert, but that it would help deal with Friday's high demand. Qantas said in a statement that all customers affected had been contacted, and customers traveling from other airports might be able to switch to an earlier flight. Air Services Australia said it was delighted to be assisting our key customer Qantas in ensuring Swifties can get to Sydney before the inclement weather impacts the airport. Airborne and ground delays are expected. It is recommended that passengers reach out to their airlines, the spokesperson said. Sydney Airport arrivals information showed Jetstar flights from the Gold Coast and Melbourne on Friday afternoon had been cancelled, alongside Virgin flights from the Gold Coast and Canberra, and Qantas flights from the Gold Coast and Port Macquarie. The Bureau of Meteorology predicted possibly severe thunderstorms for Friday afternoon and evening, and emergency services warned people to be careful. While traveling, Swift's hotly anticipated gig was scheduled to kick off at 6:20 p.m., with gates opening at 4:30 p.m. The forecast was for a hot day, with a maximum of 36 degrees at nearby Parramatta. A thunderstorm likely during this afternoon and evening, possibly severe with damaging winds, heavy falls and large hail. The bomb forecast said Qantas said all its passengers affected by cancellations had been booked onto alternative flights. Jetstar said in a statement it had added 2 extra flights from Melbourne and Brisbane on Saturday morning, and was offering free moves to earlier flights or alternative flights from other airports. We're doing everything we can to get affected customers on their way as soon as possible, Jetstar said. Virgin said they were trying to let customers know in advance of any rescheduling, but that guests should check their flight status. No umbrellas are allowed in the stadium, but jackets or rain ponchos are fine. Bomb meteorologist Helen Reid said the storms were likely to hit just as crowds were settling in for the show. For the crowds heading to Olympic Park, the afternoon will still be hot after temperatures get to around 36 degrees in the early afternoon, she said. Thunderstorm development during the afternoon will become more widespread, with timing at Olympic Park likely to coincide with crowds settling into the concert. A cool southerly change is expected as the sun is disappearing over the horizon, with some more rain to come with it. Today's thunderstorm activity will ease overnight. The New South Wales State Emergency Service has urged people to make safe and sensible decisions. We may see some very poor weather this afternoon and evening across parts of Sydney, Blue Mountains, Central Coast, Illawarra, parts of the South Coast, and eastern parts of the Southern Tablelands. Chief Superintendent Dallas Burns said Saturday itself will start with some rain, but this will clear in time for the concert. Sunday and Monday will be mostly sunny with little chance of rain. Narelle Yeo, who teaches voice and stagecraft at the Sydney Conservatorium of Music, said Swift was a true professional with good training, who could cope with difficult conditions. Any physical danger aside, the weather could still affect parts of her performance, she said. The only issue, really, is that storms change barometric pressure, and that makes physiological changes, she said. You can still sing, but the condition in which you sing slightly changes. When you climb a mountain, your voice does go up a pitch, so changes in atmospheric pressure do impact your voice, but not so much you'd notice. Her voice sounds very healthy, so there's no risk to her voice. I'm not at all concerned for her to do a gig under hard conditions. Thunderstorm development during the afternoon will become more widespread with timing at Olympic Park Likely to coincide with crowds settling into the concert, a cool southerly change is expected, as the sun is disappearing over the horizon, with some more rain to come with it. Today's thunderstorm activity